Dave Stapleton grew up in the Aspen that is familiar only to those who actually experienced it, long before it became a ski resort. He attended the Aspen School for grades 1 through 12, spending much of his youth splitting time between school, helping on the family ranches, skiing, and riding rodeo bareback broncs. In his senior year of high school, Aspen High reintroduced football as a team sport to go along with the basketball and ski teams, despite the fact that there were only 42 students in the entire school.
All of the kids at that time, they saw skiing come to town, and they saw what skiing did for themselves, for their families, and for the communities.
In the winter, recall Stapleton, we'd play basketball games on Friday nights. You would get home late and wake up early Saturday to go to a ski race.
Growing up in Aspen, Dave had the opportunity to be totally involved with ski racing. You know, Aspen was holding the World Championships in 1950, and they were really active. And so if you lived in Aspen, if you didn't know anything about ski racing, you learned really quickly.
Dave was a junior racer with the Aspen Ski Club from 1945 to 1957. Those were the early years of local racing success, and in the winter of 1951, Stapleton, Max Merle, Ted Armstrong, Tony Dean, and John Thorpe all qualified for the Junior National Championships.
Dave, growing up as a fifth-generation Coloradoan, growing up in Aspen, you had to have passion for snow sports, ski racing. You couldn't escape it, and I think that's where it came from.
His motivation with ski competition has been selfless, ever vigilant about athletes and skier safety, and determined to make competition fair and equitable for all athletes.
He became referee, he became a start referee, he became the TD, he became chief, of course. He did so many different things within the ski racing community that the FIS, I think, really took notice on his ability to be able to put on a great race here.
On the international stage, Stapleton served as women's downhill chief of course at the 1980 Lake Placid Olympics, as well as women's downhill chief of race for the pre-Olympic events at the 1988 Calgary Games. An avid climber, Dave also has laid claim to topping all the local peaks around Aspen. Another one of the many legacy markers that Stapleton accomplished revolves around skier safety and the standardization of alpine competition courses. Along with 3 other key U.S. leaders, Dave developed and launched the Landmark Initiative with the U.S. Ski and Snowboard Association and the International Ski Federation that mandated specific standards for alpine course design.
He was cutting edge in terms of course design, safety, and making sure that inside of the fence, inside of the field of play, was well done, well prepared, and fair.
The project is known as FIS Course Homologation, and its purpose is to have ski trails and race courses meet specific standards for all alpine skiing events. These specifics include vertical drop, width, gradients, and most importantly, mandated safety requirements that are specific to each course.
Speeds were getting higher, equipment was evolving, and the courses were just extremely risky. And so Dave was very fascinated by keeping those courses safe, keeping them fair, and creating world-class venues for our athletes in North America.
Stapleton identified and inventoried the ski trails at Colorado resorts that he felt would provide challenging but safe venues for competition. He then worked with local clubs and resorts to refine the trails so that they would meet standards and become certified for alpine competition.
He was just such a perfectionist at officiating, and he took it very seriously. And whether it was, making sure that every official knew every little bit about their job, whether it was calculating results or making sure of all the safety planning. That's what Dave was good at, and that had a profound impact, I think, on Aspen and all of their World Cups and their racing heritage.
Dave's work in the area of racer safety helped to form many of the practices that are still in place today with the ski industry regarding risk management. Both on and off the hill, Dave could drive his ideas and high standards with coaches, officials, and athletes because of the level of respect he commanded. It was understood that there was never a personal agenda, but that his motivation was always about safety and fairness.
He's asked to do a job. He's going to do that job 100 to 120%.
And he's just been a difference maker. Somebody that thought about things that needed to be done to make our sport better. He came up with solutions, and not only solutions, but made sure that those sort of things happened to make our sport better for our kids. And that's really what international ski racing is about youngsters.
Thanks to Dave's pioneering effort, that not only can we put on superior races, but in many cases, safer races and more professional than what they do in Europe now. And that's due to Dave.
It is with great pleasure that we induct Dave Stapleton to the Colorado Snowsports Hall of Fame tonight as the pioneer member of the class of 2017.